Newport, it is time to welcome our players to the courts. First off, from France, your number 8 seed, Arthur Gea.
Okay guys, so remember we have 6 live making all the calls, including full calls. Any close calls will come to the boards over there. You also have the shot calls there in each corner, so you keep an eye on the time. Also, let's be careful and take care of the grass, please. For the towels, Artur, can you take the green baskets? Adam, you can take the black. Any questions? Adam, you can choose ATP or the world. The world is a call. It is ATP. Sir. Picture there, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl, and welcome once again to Chubb Day at the Cerity Partners Hall of Fame Open.
And a very pleasant good morning. It is a quarterfinal Friday here at the Cerity Partners Hall of Fame Open, presented by the Margaret Fund. And as you can see, we are down to a singular center court here at the International Tennis Hall of Fame as we get you ready for 5 matches here on center court, starting with this one. Battle of Seeds as Arthur Gea takes on Adam Walton. Gea, the Frenchman. What an impact he has had here in his 21st year for him. 136 in the world, 132 is his career high.
Umpire's rights, this 21-year-old.
Really talented young Frenchman, right? And into his 6th quarterfinal of his 2026 season. He has been really good in the Challenger quarterfinals, 4-0. To his credit, does have a Challenger title at the beginning of the year in Maya. Big, impactful serve, and he is so dangerous on this grass, and it's going to be fun to watch. He's really playing with some house money this week as he was able to survive yesterday against Tristan Schoolkate. Schoolkate served for the match twice in the second set. Gea was able to fight him off twice, held off a match point in a second set tiebreak. So playing with a little bit of freedom as he takes on Adam Walton, the 27-year-old out of Brisbane, Australia. 85 in the world, 74 is his career high last fall. This is a match that if he wins, he will get back to that career high. He's at 89 right now in the live rankings, but has that opportunity here through this week to make some big jumps. With his capability as an all-court player, can be very dangerous on this grass, and has a couple of wins this week over accomplished players. Mackenzie McDonald in his opening round win. Also took out Bernard Tomic yesterday. Always tricky on the grass, the former Wimbledon quarterfinalist in Golden Savior Bernie. But yeah, good wins for him. 6-2 in the third yesterday over Tomic, and looked really fresh as well right after the match. So good to see him playing well. Won a challenger in Tyler, Texas just a little over a month ago. Qualified in Mallorca. Also picked up a win over Nick Kyrgios there before falling to Davidovich Fokina Jorge Duce is going to be keeping an eye on the X's and O's for us here today. So it should be a really fun day of action. Yes, we're able to go down to a singular court today on this Friday. As you can see, we don't have that area around the center hash on the baseline. It is not chewed up. So we'll have 3 days of action here on this singular center court. Let's take you through the 4 matches that we have here on center today so you can just kind of plan your day. Do realize there's some decent tennis being played over at Wimbledon today, but this one's going to be followed by Liam Brody and Alex Mickelson here on center court. A couple of men's matches to start the day, then we get to the women's side. Lucrezia Stefanini of Italy taking on Tatiana Maria, 5 and 2 seed in that one, and the late afternoon matchup, Grietmann and Madison Brangle. We do have matches stretched today across 5 courts. So the other 4 courts that we've been using through the week are also still in action. And we will keep you updated on all of those as we move throughout the day. The winners of these 2 quarterfinals back-to-back will play each other in tomorrow's semifinals. So Adam Walton, the winner, will take on either Liam Brody or Alex Mickelson. Pretty contrasting styles in this one, obviously, between these 2 players, right? You have one guy in Geo with that massive serve, huge, impactful game. Walton is going to be a little bit more of a grind, that all-court action. Who's going to be able to be a little bit more aggressive? This court should play pretty true. We were supposed to get some rain in the overnight hours. It did not come, and that is, I think, something that we're all very appreciative of with all the rain we got on Monday and Tuesday, and just able to then have a very true weekend for us here on the grass as we head towards our finals on Sunday afternoon here in Newport. Today is Chubb Day. On top of it, a lot of the fans who are here today will be able to take the guided tour, 2 o'clock at the International Tennis Hall of Fame, to see the Tennis Transcended exhibit, Roger Federer's Path to Greatness. Fans are ready. Jean has taken his last warm-up serve as well. This is the first meeting for these 2 young players. Walton having gone the college route, a little bit more of the veteran side, as you see this incredible facility down at the bottom. Yeah, it's not bad here, right? The Gilded Age fully in display here in Newport, and just gorgeous settings, not only here at the International Tennis Hall of Fame, but throughout the city. Went to a concert last night at the Breakers, the legendary mansion. It's in the middle of the Newport Classical Festival right now, before we get to the Newport Folk Festival, which certainly has a little bit more notoriety over the years, just with what Bob Dylan and others did through the 60s. But yeah, just incredible music, a great opportunity, a great place to build a summer vacation, not only for those who live in the Northeast, but also throughout the country and throughout the world as we head towards induction weekend in August. Arthur Jean, the big man, is going to be serving first, officially listed at 5'11", but yeah, that doesn't feel right to me at all. He has that ability to really dictate with that serve, right? It feels a little bit more. He'll serve. We're ready for play here in Newport. As if on cue, right? A couple of finals at the challenger level for him here this year. Lost in the second round of qualies at Wimbledon. Really hasn't had a outlandishly good grass court season. He spent most of his time on the clay this year. Obviously the big one for him, and what really kind of was the breakout performance, the win over Lehechka in Australia. And obviously that heartbreaking loss for him against Stan Wawrinka, but put him on the map. Backed it up in Montpellier with a quarterfinal there, beating both Pesci Pericard and Tomas Machac. Both of them, yes, retirement wins, but they work nonetheless. But yeah, it has been on clay from Montpellier on until we got to the grass court season. Yeah, second round in Nottingham, second round in Wimbledon qualies, and this is the first time he's put together consecutive wins on the grass this season. He's got game points.
Let's crosser.
So nice, comfortable hold for him to get things started here in Newport. For the moment, just a little bit of cloud cover. I will say it's extraordinarily humid today. Temperatures are going to be manageable, but yeah, it is definitely the humidity. 78 degrees, but about 80% humidity at the beginning of the morning. We do have a 30% chance of rain today, about the same tomorrow. It's not expected at any point to be disruptive for us. The rain chances are much more later in the night and then early tomorrow morning. But obviously we just have to be cognizant of it. But yeah, the players are just having to deal with more humidity more than anything else, which obviously for some players can be quite disruptive, right? Shouldn't be an issue, but then again, you never quite know, do you? Adam Walton now at love 1. Former Tennessee Volunteer, where he played his collegiate tennis. 6-11 at tour level this year. Hasn't been able to put together consecutive wins at the tour level here in 2026. Obviously, his had decent success against Daniil Medvedev. That's where he's picked up his 2 top 20 wins. But he has done really well in terms of consistency when he has been playing challengers. He's 30-20 overall. 6 quarterfinals to his credit, 3 semifinals, a couple of finals, including that title in Tyler. Very, very hot week in Tyler, Texas. But yeah, has such good capabilities of doing so much right on the tennis court. Maybe doesn't have that explosive weapon. I think that is obviously the one thing that I think has really kept him from being able to explode into the top 50. It's just that inability to really dominate and dictate matches. But he's one of those guys who's just made incremental progress year in, year out. I think one thing I've noticed, especially even this week, you know, there's a little bit more impact for Walton on his serve. Again, it's not one of those dominating, but he's added maybe a couple more MPH just to maybe get 1 or 2 more free points within a match. And yeah, that can have an impact. But has put together a really solid career after graduating from Tennessee back in 2022. He was a guy who really held that program together when they were going through some very lean years, some rare lean years. He was up at the top of the lineup for 4 years, NCAA doubles champion with Pat Harper. But a great legacy at Tennessee of some incredible Australian players over the years. That has been a very solid collegiate tennis program for a very, very long time. Gia is already starting to pick up a little bit on the serve here from Walton. He actually was able to take 2 steps out to his right, our left, anticipating that slider out wide.
Walton.
So on the scoreboard, obviously, you know, for Walton, probably picked the brain of Tristan Schoolkate yesterday after what was, I'm sure, a very emotionally frustrating and difficult loss for Tristan Schoolkate. Again, served for it twice in the second set, did Schoolkate, and also had a match point in the second set tiebreak before Gia was able to come through in 3, but probably picked the brain about what Gia did well on the grass. I know the Tennis Australia coach who's with him here this week also sounds like something's not quite functioning correctly. Trying to see what it is here.
50.
But yeah, probably got a good scout from Tristan about what's going to be working well against the Frenchman.
Oh. Left.
But yeah, there's definitely some freedom that comes along with what Gia has gone through this week, right? Shouldn't be in the tournament. And so you're just hopefully for him able to play pretty free today and knows that he is here on a Friday when he probably shouldn't be. Play loose, play relaxed, and that typically is when players are at their best. He has 2 very easy holds to get us started. It is on serve, it is 2-1, and you are watching the Cerity Partners Hall of Fame Open presented by the Margaret Fund.
The air we breathe, the food we eat, and the places we call home. It's the 11th hour, and the ocean needs us. We're racing for solutions, in sport and in coastal communities, through action, education, and innovation. 11th hour racing for the ocean.
Yeah, Adam Walton, the intensity always there for him until a match is complete. Really deliberate about what he does. A lot of thought process for him. Serves here 1-2.
Left 50.
Sounds like the French fans are out in full force early today. Yeah, Walton wrapped up his match yesterday. I happened to be near him as he was walking off the court, and he immediately just was asking about other matches. But he is a tennis nerd in the most positive sense. Yeah, that's kind of bread and butter for him. He loves to use that slider serve and then go to the open court test, especially for the righties. That backhand in that moment, that is what is his typical pattern, just a little bit mistimed as that ball skids through a little bit here. So another test for Walton. It's not come easy at the start. Wow, incredible touch. And yeah, able to use that big frame. The first duel at the net goes to the Frenchman. And yeah, this is incredible touch to be able to control this and find it inside the baseline. It's 2 chances here for Arthur Gea. First 2 break points of the day. Like I said, the bread and butter, right? That is where he is at his best. Yeah, that's, you know, that's in terms of the big picture for Waltz. That is, you know, the big question for him. How does he get more impactful so that he's not having to work as much for his service points? And yeah, just completely misread it. That ball dies in front of him. So very quickly, Arthur Gea grabs a break to 3-1. Yeah, this ball, it doesn't seem like it is going to be an impactful one, but you can see the contact point, right? 0 margin over the net, and Walt's just a little bit late to react to it as it dies in front of him and needs to take that maybe even 2 steps forward to be able to track it down. Back for Walton, and that's going to be the important part because he starts to read the serve a little bit of Arthur Gea, who's already got 3 aces to his credit. It's actually the first return point. Walton has 1 here today. I wonder why I'm here when we've got these fans screaming as loud as they are. Let them do the commentary today. But yeah, listen, Gea right now, he's dictating almost everything at this stage, right? And that's exactly what you want to see, the aggressor doing what he's supposed to be doing. Quite a good, excuse me, little backhand to open up the court. And he's starting to lay into these fans up top as well. Gea has full control right now. Has only lost 1 point on serve. 4-1 in the first.
Time.
18 minutes in, very one-sided. The Frenchman out in front. Should point out we do have one second-round singles match that still has to be played here today. That between Jake Fernley and Stefan Kozlov. So the winner of that will have double duty. The winner gets Darwin Blanche fourth on court one. Pretty good effort from Darwin Blanche to get into the quarterfinals here. This is not a comfortable surface for Blanche by any means, but has had a decent draw. Murphy Cassone and Garrett Johns, a wild card and a lucky loser, and has taken advantage of it, played well. That's in the top half of the draw. Of course, if you missed it yesterday, Adrian Manarino bounced from this event by Alexei Galarneau. There's not a seed left in the top half of the draw. Not a one. Jensen Brooksby was up in that top half. Had to withdraw with a back issue. Sure, not thrilled looking at how things have played out with that top half. Yeah, I think the one thing that's of note to me is that Gea is reading this serve really well, right? He feels like he sees where Walton is trying to serve and has been able to make quite a bit of impact on it on the return side. Continues to do so again, just in the right spot for the return. Not a single moment has come easily for Waltz. With the exception of his first service point, found an ace, and since then, tough sledding. Feels like the rest of the crowd is trying to match the energy of the Gea fans right now. Yeah, again, that bread and butter for him, and this time able to go back behind his French opponent and gain point here for Walton.
Oh.
Yeah, so for the first time, actually, after that, we're watching Gea, but Walton finally took offense and said something to those fans after the loud applause on his error.
Ball.
Great serve there. Slid well.
Advantage wall.
Jaya is just that half a step late getting around to his forehand side. But yeah, Walt's just kind of in it at the moment, trying to survive and hope his opponent maybe drops a little bit of a level. But the Frenchman is playing so well, reading it well.
Out. Deuce.
Yeah, every game for him to deuce or a break. And that's what we talked about at the outset, right? That inability to really have a lot of joy and free points on serve. Just to have a little bit of comfort, maybe that one free point per game that allows him to then open up the toolbox and use a serve and volley. You know, go for a little bit more on a 15 love point because you've gotten that free point on the first. But gets two freebies right there. Or two now in the first, but yeah, it's been twofold, right? It's not been just about the fact that he hasn't been able to do anything on his own service games. It's about the fact that Jaya has also dictated on serve, and that, despite the fact that Jaya's not exactly overwhelming, its serve percentage only 62%, but 5 of 5 on second serve points as well.
Ball. Ball. Love 50.
Is that the first blink from the Frenchman?
Ball.
He'll take it. Yeah, gets a little bit of a lucky break there, does Walton, but
Love 30.
yeah, I think he's cognizant, right, of the fact that maybe things can open up from here, especially this being the first time that Jaya has faced any bit of stress. A couple of missed first serves certainly playing a part here.
Out.
Yeah, it's finally actually the first time that we got from Walton one of the points that he likes to play, using some linear tennis there
50.
off of both wings to kind of stretch Jaya and keep him guessing. But yeah, just a little bit of a lack of depth on a couple of those late balls allowed Jaya to have some control. But that is the kind of point that Walton does like to play overall. Changing direction and absorbing a little bit of pace.
Ball.
Has not made a first serve in this game.
Let's. First.
Yeah, there it is again. That linear forehand from him
30, 40.
to catch Gea off guard. And listen, the Frenchman's not doing himself any favors. Again, misses a first serve. Hasn't been impactful there. So everything essentially starting in neutral. As a result, the first break chance of the day for the Australian. Comes up with one when he needs it, though.
Deuce.
Fourth ace of the day. Deuce now. Brutal. That's a tough miss for Waltz there. Jay will take it again. Seems pretty cool, comfortable, and calm right now. Despite what has been a very rough game for him.
Ball.
Yeah, and I think that's ultimately once, I think Adam would probably say to us right now, he has not felt comfortable off the ground. He's made uncharacteristic errors here early himself. And Gea has been playing very well, but he wants to be moving forward. He wants to apply some pressure to Gea early and often, just has not been able to execute with a couple of those factors playing in. Yeah, it's just well handled from Arthur Jean. It's used that drop shot just a few times already here, and Walton just a little bit, that half second late reacting to it here. It's amazing. Any time that Gea here in this match has had a ball where he can change, you know, going from either a defensive neutral position to a little bit more offensive, he's taking it. He's adding that risk into his game, and it's paying off so far.
Let's. First up.
Wow, that's perfect execution.
Deuce.
And I mean, he tips his hand here by going as vertical as he does. You'll even see it, right? He looks rigid, stiff as a board here when he makes contact with this drop shot. You can see it, right? Fully upright. Everyone knows what's about to happen, and still no play for Gea. Another deuce.
Ball.
Yeah, very rare
Advantage.
baseline miscue from Gea. He has been so clean here today, but Walton does get a second look. That's great perseverance from Adam Walton. He has had a really tough stretch here, but managed to get us back on serve. 4-3 into the ball change at the Serenity Partners Hall of Fame Open.
Every captivating moment of the Hall of Fame Open is played with a Wilson tennis ball. Trusted by the pros, played around the world. Wilson, the official ball of the 2026 Serenity Partners Hall of Fame Open, presented by the Margaret Fund.
See, we're just kind of talking about the fact that the average day crowd here in Newport is unlike any other challenger that we have here in the States by a wide margin. Bigger crowds during the day than during the evenings, kind of the opposite of what you expect from a lot of tournaments. But yeah, this community really turns out for this event. Even as it has gone from a 250 to a challenger over the last couple of years, it's been very, very impressive, and today is no different. New balls, Walton at 3-4.
Out. 15 love. Out. 15 love. Ball.
just a little bit wide, but starting to see some extended length of points right now.
30-15.
And I think part of that just due to the fact that Adam Walton's been able to increase his depth a little bit, so keeping Gea pinned back so that he's not able to be as aggressive. Yeah, again, catches Gea with that vertical stance on the drop shot, but executes it flawlessly. Driven drop shot from him here, but yeah, he's kind of mixing up his serve targets as well now. Gea's not able to read it as well. And again, just so comfortable looking on that dropper. Gain points for what would be his first easy hold of the day. And does just that, so we're level now. 3 games on the trot here for Walton. And yeah, now a little bit of recalibration for Gea, what he wants to do. And most importantly, it's going to have to start for him with a little bit better on the first serve. It has dropped now to just 44%. After the first couple of games, it was at 62, so a huge drop-off in that last game. Now forced. That's a great shot. Just a bit back. Yeah, listen, Gea had to come up with some really masterful shots there just to stay in the point. That ran up the line incredible, and almost comes up with another hot shot off of a lob. It's telling, though, that it's a series of shots that he has to make there. As well, again, allowed to be a little bit more offensive. Yeah, just catches that return enough. Wow, what a turnaround we've had here over the last 15 minutes, and now Gea on the back heel up against it. Oh, he's got that too. Reach out and find something. What a turnaround here. And Adam Walton with 3 chances to take a lead for the first time on the day. Great body serve.
50-40. Ball.
Oh my, bit of luck there as well. Just enough there from Gea. But, you know, listen, luck factors in on this overhead clearly, but just note these last 2 points, right, for him to be the one dictating how those points have been played. Third look for Walton. Walton has gotten over the hump, hasn't he? 4 games on the trot, including a pair of breaks, and he is going to serve for the first set in a moment.
Have you entered the 50-50 raffle yet? The Sarity Partners Halloween Open is running a 50-50 raffle all week long, and you can be entered to win 50% of the prize purse. The other 50% will go towards supporting the International Tennis Hall of Fame's youth programming, Team Fame. Look for a Hall of Fame Open team member selling tickets, or head to the 1881 Club entrance to get yours. Right here on these grounds, in the Chris Everett Learning Center, Team Fame is changing lives by bringing Newport youth tennis, academic support, and enrichment programs as a proud chapter of National Junior Tennis and Learning, founded by Hall of Famers Arthur Ashe, Charlie Passerelle, and Sheridan Snyder. To learn more about Team Fame, visit the Team Fame Terrace.
Well, both guys taking just a little bit of extra time there in the chairs. I'm not sure, but I think Arthur Jam might have just asked for the physio. Jorge Ducci, our chair umpire, is on his walkie, so we'll just keep an eye on that here. Again, obviously players having to go the last 2 days consecutively, but on top of it, it is extraordinarily humid today, as we mentioned. Might just be a request for some ice bags, ice towels as well. We'll see as Walton serves for the set at 5-4. Incredible what he has done here to flip the script. Impressive from Adam Walton, and he has set points. Got punched early and rode with those punches and then turned things around very well. Adam Walton takes the first set 6-4, 1 set away from a semifinal at the Sarity Partners Hall of Fame Open, presented by the Margaret Fund.
Hi there, Mary. I just want to send my sincerest congratulations for becoming a Hall of Famer.
As we look at the stats here from this first set, yeah, that serve percentage for Gea just dropped precipitously, didn't it? It was in the mid-60s first few games, and yeah, it was that first game, it was what, 4-2, the last game with the original balls, and he just couldn't find a first serve for the first 5-6 points, and that was the moment that allowed Walton to find a little bit of comfort. He served well himself, and yeah, just as that progressed, that set progressed, Walton just a little bit more comfortable, finding a little bit more in terms of the depth, what he wanted to do, and yeah, not able to be on the offensive side. It really felt like it was the tale of 2 different sets within one. Gea playing inside the baseline for a good chunk of the first half. And then, yeah, once that first serve abandoned him, he was back behind the baseline, and Walton able to find precision off of the ground. Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping an eye as we're watching highlights here, just an eye on Arthur Gea as well to make sure he is physically okay. On this humid day, he appears to be fine, so it doesn't look like it was a physio visit by any means. I know the physios this week have been extraordinarily busy. We are at that time of the season where everybody is dealing with something. It's just great to see. We've got 5 courts in action from our vantage point here in the broadcast booth, able to see all 5, everything full. Fans are out there on all 5 of these courts as well. Pretty cool. The only other singles match right now, women's singles over on court 1. Stoyana setting a break, 6-3, 1-love over Sawankeo. Doubles on every other court right now. Yeah, this is one of those stretches too where Gea no doubt knows exactly what needs to happen for him. Again, looking for serve, serve +1, serve +2, trying to read that Walton serve well again, just start from there. Great swing, and that's kind of what we're talking about, right? That willingness to step in, take these balls early inside the baseline. He's going to be at his best here today when that's where he's able to make contact off of the ground. Good example of it, takes it early. Backhand has been very solid for large chunks. Again, was down a set in 2 breaks yesterday. So very comfortable coming from behind. But yeah, this is a really good reset for him. He's got game points. Sounds like we might be, the ELC might be what is malfunctioning a little bit right now. Yeah, so, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think Walton is just asking for clarification from Jorge Duce. Yeah, so it is Jorge Duce. He's going to be the one making the calls for us. As it appears, the audio of the electronic line calling is not functioning at the moment. Yeah, listen, that's a great example of Walton just being comfortable taking the ball on the rise here throughout that point. I mean, that's a great example of it, that forehand, right? He's a little bit stretched, but because he's comfortable taking it on the rise off that forehand side, it's still taking some time away from Gea, even though it's not a really impactful pace of a forehand. goodness. He could not see that ball at all. Could he?
Yes.
Really lucky to still be in this game here from Gea. This is a smart decision from Walton to go lob here after getting stretched. Really good offensive point. Gea sets it up to that stage where he has to throw up a lob here, but just barely getting into play. He couldn't see it. Couldn't see it. Caught the line, yep. First ace of the set.
Ball.
Good for all of it.
Yes.
Second double of the day. Yeah, unfortunately, we also, as a result, we don't have the MPH, but that felt like a very aggressive second. Shot. But Gea had already quit. He'd already stopped the point. He actually would have had a swing had he committed to getting back there, but second look here for Walton on the day. He's 2 of 6. Six games in a row for Adam Walton. Continues to find joy on the return side. And yeah, now the 4 seed looking very comfortable right now in Newport. 55 minutes in. Again, taking you through our schedule as Gea just slammed his hat in frustration and anguish here about this last half an hour. But coming up immediately following this one, Liam Brody, the Brit, taking on the 2 seed Alex Mickelson. Will be followed as we switch over to the women's side. The 2 seed over there, Tatiana Maria, taking on Lucrezia Stefanini. Both of the tournament's top seeds were knocked out yesterday. Manarino by Gallarneau. And then on the women's side, Vimanova lost to Greet Minin. That one not as much of a surprise, I would say. Greet Minin certainly has capabilities on this grass. Gallarneau over Manarino was the one that I think stunned all of us here at the Cerruti Partners Hall of Fame Open. So the 2 seeds, the top remaining seeds, both into the quarterfinals here today. Adam Walton, 1 love.
Less. First up. Out. Love 50.
Yeah, so once for Gea is, it's clear something up in the stands is distracting him back behind Adam. And I think Adam is also asking if maybe he can help a little bit. Is there something that's reflecting back behind him? I'm assuming there's not a fan who's intentionally distracted. That doesn't seem like that would be a thing, but maybe there's just something that's a little bit of movement back there, or reflection or something. But yeah, Arthur Gea is saying that he needs something to be changed behind Walton right now. It's up in... Yeah, this is an odd situation. Okay, so Arthur Gea is actually going over there as well. Okay, so Walton is now... odd here, but yeah, Gea has gotten a towel to give it to Walton, to give it to somebody up in the stands. Maybe somebody in the back is really struggling there, but... Okay, yeah, there's something, yeah, there's just a spot that was reflecting on the fence line that was causing a reflection back behind Walton. So that's what that towel is doing right now, covering that spot. Of course, all taken care of. Now love 15. This is tennis, right? All this momentum, 6 straight games, and just like that, love 30.
Ball. Help. 15-40.
Things have changed very quickly once again. Just impactful returns there from Gea. Great depth through that game. A little bit of a distraction as well, which allowed him to take a deep breath after what's been a rough half an hour, and we're level at 1-all. Just what you expect from grass court tennis, just tons of breaks, right? Yeah, he has been so good at that little inside out dropper, direct, flattened out, and just measuring it well. Walton just asking if there was going to be a line call there, but Gea with his second ace of the set.
Ball.
But just every time he's looks like he's been able to generate a little bit of momentum here during this stretch. Has just shot himself in the foot. It's another double. And now that frustration visible again. Smart.
30 all.
Yeah, that's been the bread and butter at the beginning of this match and at moments.
Outs. 40, 30. Pulse.
Yeah, just pushes it wide. So, yeah, really important for Jean to get back on the right side of things. We are now back on serve as a result. It's 2-1 early in the second. It's quarterfinal Friday, the Cerity Partners Hall of Fame Open presented by the Margaret Fund.
Time.
Walton here, 1-2.
Ball. Lost 50.
Okay, sounds like we've got the electronic line calling back. But yeah, listen, you know, some of the linear shots here from Walton, a couple of misses in those last two games. This is one here as well. Just missing wide by the thinnest margins there. Good swing, but again, in these moments, yeah, just a couple of millimeters there. In these moments, it's important for Walton to be looking for a couple of those opportunities to push Jean off the baseline, test him on the defensive side for a very aggressive offensive player.
Ball. Out. 30 all.
Yeah, but a couple of these here, his own fault for Walton, so he is under duress once again.
Let's first of all.
Yeah, you can hear the muttering from Gea, right? I mean, that is very much in rhythm, in pattern, just to be going cross, and that's, he'd say it himself, it's a poor miss, considering the moment. And listen, Gea, the one with the misses, but it is pretty notable. A couple of, if you will, missed targets from Walton, but staying, you know, with a lot of margin at the moment, but not trying to be too aggressive in these points, as he's had that little bit of a drop off over the last 5 minutes. So yeah, just trying to kind of get back into rhythm so he can be more aggressive here over the next few moments, but finds the hold to 2-all.
Love 50.
3 doubles, 3 service games. And it's not surprising to see him with these couple of misses, right? Because you hear the frustration and in not playing loose and free for Gea. And it's super tight. Walton's able to kind of play with a lot of margin there through the middle of the court and just getting rewarded. Double there as well. That ball is in danger.
Love 40.
So is Arthur Gea's stay in Newport. 3 chances. Walton. 3 of 7 on the day.
Ball.
I think I might be able to get a souvenir here in a moment from Arthur Gea. That was a pretty poor service game all around. Walton will take it up a break now, 3-2 in the second. Well done. We're going to get men at work if Jay is able to get a break here and level things. And men at work and Kylie Minogue upcoming. There's got to be more, I'm sure, but Colin Hay is a personal favorite, so we'll go with men at work. Walton 3-2.
Ball.
That's not great.
Ball 15. Ball.
Well, I like that decision making here from Jay, right? Inspired by the French music, he has started to run around his backhand. And part of that is being allowed to do that by the fact that Walton is not going flat with that backhand. He's just kind of hitting it with a lot of margin through the middle of the court. So Jay has that ability to get around it, even on this faster surface.
Let's serve. Out. 15-30.
Smart. Yeah, well handled.
15-40.
Yeah, just the fact that you see Walton then make an adjustment, right? Because he's wanting to expose that backhand, so he takes the little bit of risk with that forehand, doesn't do enough with it, and pays the price. A little bit of metagame here between these two, so Jay, a chance again to break back.
Ball. Yeah.
Ball change, 3-all, and
3 and ball.
yeah, Walton just gave a little bit of a look to the fans supporting Jay up in the crowd again, but he has to, you know, appreciate the fact that his backhand cross, the fact that he was not hitting it at the angle, allowed Jay to start to open up and go with some more forehands. Walton then tried to make that adjustment by running around hitting a couple forehands, got burned by a drop shot and a backhand line. So it's, yeah, just counter after counter after counter in the second set. Again, just have to note, right, that yesterday, Jay was down 2 breaks in the second set, down a set and 2 breaks. Was on death's door twice as Tristan Schoolkate. The Aussie tried to close things down. So this is a position he's been in for 2 straight days.
30 left.
Pulled wide and game points for Jia. This would be the first easy hold he's had since 4-1 in the first.
Less. Reserve. Forty, 15.
Uh-oh.
40, 30.
Uh-oh. He has had at least one in all 4 of his service games in this set. Oh, that catches the baseline as well, and this is one of those moments, right?
Yes.
If he gets broken from 40 love up. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. And Walton with a break chance. He is 2 of 3 in the set. Oh, goodness. How do you miss that ball?
Yes.
Brutal miss for Walton, considering.
Advantage to Jia.
What a hold.
Jia.
Just to survive and stay out in front. Jean does it despite his own miscues. 4-3 in the second.
No champion succeeds alone. There's a team behind them, a coach, a trainer, a nutritionist, and an agent. Wealth management demands the same. An investment specialist, a CPA, an insurance agent, and a financial advisor to coordinate it all together. At CRB Partners, your advice delivers comprehensive financial management from an integrated in-house team, not a network of outside firms.
Gorgeous day here, a humid one in Newport. Indeed, Kylie Minogue. Kylie Minogue for the Aussie after some French music in the last. I respect the effort. It's good work. It's good work down there. The funny part, I've actually had this chat with my best friend Glenn of late. Nobody knows who Kylie Minogue is anymore. It just has been out of the music industry for what, 15 years now. Such an impact in the early aughts. But that's a discussion for a podcast, not a tennis broadcast. Walton ready, 3-4. So that's the backhand he needs to be hitting, right? And he'd say the same. That one has a little bit more bite, pulls off the court as well. Had been kind of in this stretch here for the last 25, 30 minutes, just kind of going through the middle third as opposed to the outer third. That is quick, efficient, and easy, and the benefit of that, right, is the fact that he is immediately flipping the script, and after Gea just had to do so much to find a hold from 40 love in the last. And let's see how he handles this moment. That stays on the line, and the footwork from Gea, I think he expected that ball to miss wide. He's completely off balance. Walton, yeah, not the cleanest on that return, but extraordinarily effective. That's another excuse me, gets a little bit of love from the net. Surprised he didn't thank it on the way up there, but again, just putting Gea into that spot where he has to really use the feet well and adjust, and Gea not able to do it there.
Ball.
Yeah, so some bad luck on the last, but that one should be bread and butter. 3 chances for Walton, who is 2 of 4 in the set now. I think Walton's going to want that change of direction back. Not an impactful backhand line, and as a result, Gea going from discomfort to full aggression. Well, Adam Walton grabs another break. However, he's not been able to consolidate yet in this set. He'll try to serve for the semifinals here in a moment.
You've seen top spins, logs, volleys, and drop shots here at the Cerity Partners Hall of Fame Open. But have you seen how fast these guys can sort waste? I'm Anna. And I'm Alex. They're sorting compost, recycled trash, and usable cups as quickly and as accurately as possible. Why are you laughing at me? You're so mean. That's useful. Oh, look at that. Yay! Oh my goodness, I'm going to today. Pretty cool. This is next.
Over the place here. 5 breaks so far. Gea desperate for one more, just to extend. Walton, for the day, has served at a very solid 70%. He is just 4-16 on second serve points, so just keep that in mind through this game as he serves for the semis at 5-4. Right off the baseline. Yeah, that's 4 of 17. Just shows how much Gea, when he has the ability to be aggressive, able to do so. So it looks like we've got a ball lost into the stands now. Finally gets back, so Walton ready to go. That's a big miss. It's a good swing, right? It's the right play. Gea knows it. It's a good swing and misses by that much. Great swing. Terrific. But again, look at those contact points, right? Everything inside the baseline here. And he's back into a return game.
Ball.
Smart play, but this is, again, twice in this game now has made perfect decisions and just missing on the execution. really tough to handle. Yeah, I get it. All right, Ducci. You know, it's one of those moments where I know Waltz, that's not his, he's not one of those guys, but it is one of those moments, right? You're 2 points away from the match. A lot of players would try to take advantage of that by saying the shoe is tied. Walt's not one of them.
Ball.
He can't find a first serve here in this game. Pushed it wide. Yeah, you understand why he's trying to test that backhand there, but agreed. He's 2 for 2 on his break chances here in this set.
Ball.
Awful serving game. Yeah, I couldn't get to it, and that's one of those moments where a natural grass court player cuts that off at an angle.
Yes.
He went laterally and just a half step late. That's the better approach from Walton. That's much, much better. It's funny there, you know, I don't know that there were a lot of Adam Walton fans, but these Artur Gea fans have made some for Walton. Match point. It is a fourth semifinal of 2026 for Adam Walton. Tough sledding, but comes through in straight sets. 4-4 over Artur Gea. Moves in to the semis of the Cerity Partners Hall of Fame Open, presented by the Margaret Fund. First semi-finalist for us here. Yeah, I don't know that he necessarily was always comfortable out here today, but did such a good job of kind of managing moments. Up a break twice, not able to consolidate, but able to consolidate when he needed it most, fighting off a break chance there at the end. Putting here just right, trying to expose that backhand, but this backhand, good depth. Finally able to find one where he's able to look to move forward through that last game and gets a little bit of help from Gea on the match point. Yeah, so nice win for Adam Walton. He awaits the winner of our next match between Liam Brody and Alex Mickelson. But yeah, just a really solid performance for him, right? A day where I think he might even say that it wasn't his best performance. It's tough for these players right now, the fact that we are having to go multiple days in a row. physicality component. But let's turn it now to Blair Henley with Adam Walton.
Adam, congratulations. Headed to the semifinals here in Newport, and I want to take you back to the first set of this match. You were down 4-1, down a break, then you won 6 straight games, went back and forth in the second, but got it done in straight sets. So can you tell me what you told yourself in that first set that allowed you to find your groove?
Yeah, I thought Arthur was playing very well the first 5 games. He was barely missing, and I just told myself to hang in there because, you know, maybe he would drop his level a little bit. And I thought I was able to start connecting on a few returns, and then once he wasn't so sure, because I was getting a better strike, I felt like I was able to flip the match a little bit. And then obviously both of us were struggling this side to hold serve in the second set. And so, yeah, I knew when I broke at 5-4, it was far from over, and yeah, just really glad to get through that one.
All right, I'm going to say this in the kindest way possible because the grass might be listening, but this is perhaps not your first choice of surfaces to play on, but you've now beaten 3 guys who are pretty good on this surface. So do you feel like you're coming around a little bit?
Not really. I just, yeah, just try to adapt to this surface. It hasn't been my favorite in my career, but you know, it's still a tennis court, and at the end of the day, tennis is tennis, so I can still win on this surface.
There you go. Anything can happen. And before you leave us, Adam, we're going to let you go relax for a little bit, but you have played so many events all around the world. You're 27 years old, and we tend to get a lot of Aussies here, but if the website was correct, you have not played here before. So what made you come to Newport this year? What do you think of the place?
Yeah, this place is awesome. It's my first time here. Often I like to celebrate the 4th of July, drinking some beers, so that's typically what I'm doing this time of the year, but with the US Open around the corner, I'm just trying to chase the main draw cut, so we decided that we'd put Newport on the schedule, and maybe next year I'll be back.
Sounds like a plan. You're off to a pretty good start. Let's hear it one more time for Adam Walton.
Well, the biggest applause for him when he admits that he's drinking some beers on the 4th of July. True American right there. Out of Brisbane. Taking a look at the stats here from the second set, right? What a huge discrepancy there for both players, that first serve versus second serve component, even more so for Adam Walton. My goodness. I think just 1 of 6 points, but that is actually a little bit better than his opponent. Both guys kind of struggled just a little bit with that component here. And you mentioned, I should say, Adam mentioned how difficult it was from one side of the court as we look at the big picture stats for these 2 sets, 4 and 4. But yeah, pretty troubling numbers for Walton on that second serve, but gives him something to kind of look at as he looks ahead to a semifinal on the grass here in Newport. And we will find out his opponent coming up next. It's going to be Liam Brody. And